the cartel unexpectedly issued a public statement. As many know—
Wait, they have a Facebook account? Wait, I didn't know cartels had like branded Facebook accounts. This is news to me. What you mean the cartel got a Facebook account? Yo, I have a plushie available for purchase right now. If you guys want to grab one, they're only here for a limited time. So make sure to check the first link in the description. When dumb TikTokers mess with Mexican cartels. Y'all ever seen those people that like go into like countries ran by terrorists? There's been so many YouTubers or content creators that have getting like kidnapped by terrorists or gangs. They really want to like around and find out. Honestly, in some countries, you need to be careful when you go on vacation not to leave the resort areas because there is like gangs and stuff everywhere.
These social media morons publicly insulted Mexican cartels, with El Pirata—
Yo, you know that one streamer that said something about the cartels or whatever? Listen, cartels, listen. My opinion of you, like, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just watching the video.
Scene for why this is a dumb idea. Born April 2000 in the state of Sinaloa, the pirate was from one of Mexico's most dangerous states. Both his mother and father left him at birth, leading to a difficult life full of alcohol.
Wait, Mexico has states? Am I this dumb?
Ironically, this made him—
Wait, I actually low-key didn't even know that. I thought they just had cities like other countries do. I thought America was the only one that had like states. Real talk. I'm gonna be so serious. I know Canada has provinces. All countries have states. Okay, but like if you have a state in like Italy, like that's like a city. Let's be serious. Italy's so tiny. Like, what do you mean a state? That's a city. You know what I'm saying?
Superstar. El Pirata had his friend film him drinking from a bottle, pairing it with the aftermath of when it all kicked in. He'd upload it to his YouTube under El Della Red Label, but didn't expect a viewership of over 300,000. Well, when he realized that his excesses were pleasing to the internet, he knew what his shortcut to popularity was: turning his drunkenness into a profession. He'd start posting video after video of his drinking escapades, always pouring the beverage about an inch above his mouth in the exact same way as his first viral video. This, in combination with his small, strange appearance, made El Pirata so extremely memorable, people began to dedicate public statues to him.
What?
He'd therefore expand his social media to include—
social media is like is simulation.
His Facebook
seriously,
following to over 1 million, and his Instagram to—
from just getting drunk and filming it. I gotta give it to you. The fact that you were able to turn that into this is crazy.
300,000. Suddenly, he was being paid over $1,000 just to show up at a club for a night, although this would always come with one specific problem. Every time El Pirata drank, he'd become extremely vocal and borderline aggressive, to the extent that he was arrested on more than one occasion. In a 7.6 million view video, translating to "The Pirate Responds to Comments," he spends over 3 minutes simply yelling at his audience, giving the impression that he thought himself invincible. This would be curbed to some extent when he'd hire a social media manager named Beto Sierra, who encouraged El Pirata to give up the drinking to increase the longevity of his life and career. Spanish YouTuber Pepe Garza—
But like, if his whole shtick is being drunk, I feel like people don't really care to see you improve. This is as messed up as it sounds.
also confronted El Pirata about his drinking, questioning, "Haven't you started to think that if you drink a lot of alcohol, at one point it can poison you? The human body isn't made for that." To which El Pirata responded immaturely, "People always tell me, my friend, how can you handle so much? I just laugh and tell them, well, I don't know. I don't know how I handle so much." To which Pepe again responds, "Well, I don't like it very much. This is going to get out of control." When he's then asked, "Where do you see yourself in 3 years' time?" El Pirata admits that he wants to get sober and instead would like to have a career in music and leave behind this stage characterized by his drunkenness. "I want to learn to sing now. That will be my motto. I want to be on stage, but singing and putting on a show." Taking steps to make this happen, he'd appear in music videos, which only further added to his image as a drinker, especially with a band member stating, "There are a lot of people who criticize him, but the truth is that's why El Pirata got started, but it would also—
That's what I'm saying.
also become the way that El Pirata ended. After yet another heavy drinking session, El Pirata was filmed insulting Mexican cartels, specifically with the phrase "El Mencho suck my wiener." El Mencho's the head of the CJNG.
Listen, if I lived in America and I said some stuff like this, you'd probably be fine. Yeah, you live in Mexico and you talking, you by name?
aka Mexico's second most powerful cartel. His capture offers a bounty of $10 million, as he's considered one of Mexico's most dangerous people. Therefore, El Pirata's callout was not a smart thing to say about a man who'll execute your whole family based on not much more than a rumor. He just has zero regard for human life. But what about free speech? It doesn't exist to the cartels, which have been linked to the murder of at least 12 journalists this past year. El Pirata seemed to think very little of his call-out, as on the 18th of December 2017, he went about his day as if it were any other. As the evening drew closer, El Pirata met with Hot Spanish Vlogs and Ben El Gringo, preparing for what was supposed to be another
Damn, these people all have way more subscribers than I thought.
On the town. In fact, El Pirata was having such a good time, he'd post the location of where he was headed, telling his fans to meet him at the bar. However, instead, he'd be met by 4 men driving in a black truck who assassinated El Pirata only a minute after getting to the bar. The attack was clearly specifically targeted because, as explained by Hot Spanish Vlogs, it's clear they didn't want to hurt me, my friend, or any of the girls, because if they wanted to, they could have done so easily.
You know what? If there's one, this is gonna sound crazy. There's one thing I can respect. It's that they only hurted the guy that disrespected them and not everyone with them. You know, like, I don't I'm not condoning this at all. But what I'm saying is, like, at least they didn't kill everyone else, you know?
Funeral was held in the days that followed, with El Pirata's social media manager writing, "We talk so many times about quitting alcohol and living life too fast, but you never listened. And I don't judge, only you knew what you were doing. Those who knew you were a good person. God have you in his glory. Those responsible for his death have never been apprehended, but the CJNG only seems more obvious after exploring the fate of TikToker El Chinito." El Pirata,
why are these TikTokers so stupid, man?
El Chinito lived in the same city, both having become famous for their goofy vertical videos. El Chinito therefore felt hurt by El Pirata's death, and just 17 days after, would call out the cartel as well. In the 31-second video, El Chinito states, "I don't give a crap about El Mencho," then proceeds to call him stupid, and threatens to drive to his city to find him. In case this wasn't dumb enough, El Chinito then announces where he lives, but it would only be after the call-out went viral that El Chinito realized he'd made a huge mistake. The following morning, with a blistering hangover, El Chinito apologized. "Excuse me, El Mencho, I was very
Someone literally died 17 days prior, bro.
Drunk and wasn't in my senses. I am sorry. My respect to the old man," subsequently disappearing to keep a low profile. Rumors began to circulate that El Chinito had been executed by hired assassins, but this would be disproven by Margarito Music. He'd find El Chinito in his hometown, who instead of dying had rather gotten married, and also had a baby on the way. He now uses his TikTok to document his life, clearly surviving his cartel call-out. I think the apology video saved this guy's life. Illuminati 6, however, wasn't quite so lucky.
Yo, that hairstyle is crazy, bro. Nah, I don't even know where are these braids, where are they even attached to? It looks like they're just levitating in front of his face.
He gained a following by doing dares on TikTok Live, one of which being "I dare you to challenge El Mencho." Well, Illuminati 6 had zero hesitation.
Now, this dude looks like a cartoon character, I'm not gonna lie. He does not look real. I don't know what's happened to him. I'm not making fun of anything that happens to him in this video. I'm just making fun of the way he presents himself. It looks like a paintbrush when you've been using it for too long. It's getting all dry, the bristles all up.
Listen here, you son of a bitch. El Mencho, you can suck my wiener 100%. I don't sleep like El Pirata or El Chinito. I'm immortal, untouchable. I made a pact with the devil. I came to give you fire, Mencho. I'm not scared to say this, I'll say it without the camera. Mencho can suck my balls. The comments rolled in instantly. This man is already dead, just because they haven't warned him. This little boy has his days numbered. Not even the devil is going to save him. Illuminati 6 quickly realized his mistake and uploaded a second video begging for forgiveness. I'm sorry for what I said. I was not well. I was wrong. That day I woke up stupid. I didn't look at the consequences. I did that for followers. I apologize. We all make mistakes.
Mencho, leader of like one of the biggest cartels in
Mencho, don't
Mexico.
kill me. I have a family just like you, but this only added more exposure to his original cartel call-out. People began to joke, play the video of how they kill him. It would be great to see, but I don't think anybody expected that this would actually happen. It has since been theorized that the person in the video is someone else completely, but there's absolutely no confusion in the case of Fofo Marquez. He's best—
Okay, if you have a Supreme money machine, gun machine, like I already know you're gonna be a douche. If you rep Supreme in general, I know you're gonna be a douche. I'm just saying that's like Arial font bolded with a italicized on a red shirt, and like somehow they sold it for like thousands of dollars. Like if you own or rep Supreme, you are a red flag.
Best described as the Mexican Dan Bilzerian, although without so many women. His TikTok is dedicated to bragging about money, showing his private jets and driving luxury cars. But Fofo also hides the fact that he's from a mega wealthy family. In case being a Nepo baby isn't already unlikable enough, he refers to himself as Millionaire Boy, making what would happen next all the more satisfying.
He's a douche.
Fofo planned on doing a prank that would anger his whole city. Drive 3 luxury cars onto a main bridge before parking in the middle of the road to block all lanes of traffic. As he and his friends get out of the
car— that reminds me of some dude that did this to propose to his wife. I'm like, imagine getting proposed to on a I-10, bro. Imagine love your life parks the car in the middle of I-10. Like, brother, I would be infuriated.
Fofo proceeds to state, we have closed it for ourselves. This is what I want to demonstrate, what money and power can do. We've been here for several minutes. Let's do some TikTok dances. Look, 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 this right here is power. I am the king of Mexico. Fofo put it on his TikTok expecting a positive response, and while it gained 10 million views in under 24 hours, its virality was due to all the wrong reasons. Thank you, Fofo. You are an example for me. It is an inspiration to study and never be like you, but his terrible prank reached further than social media. Mayor Pablo Lemus threatened to bring charges against him for blocking traffic and endangering drivers.
Nah, they should have just brought charges against him.
After the rebuke, Marquez went back to social media to publicly apologize. It stated in his apology, my comments about money and power were perhaps stupid, and I'll happily pay whatever fine I'm given. But the mayor responded to the apology.
Nah, don't give him pay a fine. Yo, these people have too much money to pay a fine. The fine doesn't do anything to them. That's like me giving a penny to somebody. You need like behind bars, litigation, something to like really set you straight.
By saying Marquez would have to complete community service, cleaning up below the very bridge he shut down, which Fofo Marquez was more than happy to do until the CJNG got involved. The cartel unexpectedly issued a public statement. As many know—
Wait, they have a Facebook account? Wait, I didn't know cartels had like branded Facebook accounts. This is news to me. What you mean the cartel got a Facebook account? A whole crime organization has a Facebook. Like, aren't y'all trying to move in secret? Or are cartels not like, I don't know, the mafia would never have a Facebook account. But maybe I think cartels operate a little bit differently. Like, they're not really hiding. But that's still crazy to me.
Or are just learning about. The influencer or scum named Rodolfo Marquez, who dared to close traffic, is an act we do not tolerate. We're the ones in charge of Jalisco and all of Mexico. And to you, Fofo, we tell you to be careful, because we will not let you come thinking you can do whatever you want.
I was about to say W Cartel, but then I realized they're probably not threatening him because they're trying to do net good for the city. They're threatening him because they want to be like, no, you think you control the city. We do, bitch. It's not on some like, I'm trying to do what's good for people. They're just like, they're having like a measuring contest, essentially. You know, they want to be like, no, you think you got it, but you don't, boy. Because I know like some, like for example, in Japan, the Yakuza, like, It's a gang, yeah, but like in the beginning, it was net good because like police in the area wasn't doing enough. So it was like to protect the people of the community. And that's how a lot of gangs started that aren't criminal organizations doing a bunch of illegal stuff for money. The Cartel, I don't know if that's how it started. I don't know what about it.
Here in Jalisco, Mr. Mencho is in charge. If we see you again, we'll kidnap you, and not even the money you have will help you.
So I was like, maybe that's what they're doing. But then I realized, no. They just want to be like, no, we're king, not you.
JNG. 6 days later, YouTuber Dominguero met up with Fofo, who was hiding out in his parents' mansion and being protected by 30 security guards. Throughout the interview, Fofo states, rich people are the most intelligent people, only making him even more hated.
What?
Rich people are the smartest people, said by a kid who inherited more than half of what he has. Despite Fofo's extreme arrogance, the CJNG never wound up hurting him. However, just 6 months ago, he brutally beat a woman during a traffic conflict in the parking lot of a shopping center. As a result, he's currently in prison, but that's still a better outcome than what happened to Pamela Montenegro.
You just gonna drop that and just move on? I told you, bro. People that rep Supreme, they're douches. I told you. What did I say? Nobody reps Supreme and is like a great person. Like nobody.
She played a character on YouTube named Nana Palucas, initially posting innocent videos where, for example, she'd interview random shoppers. However, her content slowly made a political shift, interviewing government officials about the problems created by Mexico's cartels. Well, Pamela also owned a restaurant named A Todos Los Santos, around which the cartel began hanging banners, accusing Pamela of colluding with the government. Incredibly, even after this, she continued making her videos and working at the restaurant, although as you might expect, it didn't end well. During one of her shifts in the evening, 2 men walked in and each ordered a beer before shooting Pamela point blank and fleeing the scene immediately. When security officers arrived at the scene after 7 p.m, the 36-year-old woman had already died. A member of the Acapulco cartel
Jesus
was tried for her murder, but was dismissed on the grounds of insufficient evidence, ironically acting as an example of the political corruption she often discussed. In Mexico, you can't even make fun of politics without being murdered now. She was really funny. This is horrible.
Last year was a hero who tried to expose corruption. No group with these clowns. I kind of agree. I feel like they're really trying to make her out to be dumb, but I feel like she just like was really just standing on business, if I'm being honest. The other people, yeah, they were just like really trying to F around and find out, I guess, you know.